Gear Solid 5 theories. Today we're going to be talking about quiet. Huh? I said today we're going to be talking about quiet. Now, at this point, we don't really know much about quiet. We know key things. She's a woman. She's a sniper. She can't talk because she's had her tongue cut out. Which always really got me because it's like, can you really not talk if you have your tongue cut out? I mean, you could talk, but you just wouldn't make, it wouldn't sound, it'd be like, hey, what's up? A guy, it would sound something like that, wouldn't it? Apparently she conversates through grunts and so forth, but I mean, if shit went down, if somebody was about to get shot in the back, you think she'd be like, look up, or something like that? I don't know. But anyway, another weird thing I noticed about Quiet during the Metal Gear Solid 5 trailer was when she does make an appearance, she initially has like this black stuff like around her eyes that like disappears. Now, at first I thought it was just like for effect, like for the trailer, like everybody having their like curse pass, having like this blackness in them or whatever, but then nobody else had it besides her, so I'm like, what is this? Like, I don't know. Like, honestly, just like spark theory or whatever, like based on no real knowledge, just me being a storyteller and thinking like this is cool. Like if she has some sort of like nano type machines or whatever that basically allow her to like zoom in vision. I don't know. That's pretty much all we really know about Quiet. But there is a lot of theorizing going on about her and her connection possibly to Sniper Wolf. And that's really what this video is going to be about. Now, I've spent most of my time trying to find connections between Quiet and Sniper Wolf. The first and kind of most obvious thing that I noticed was the gun. Now, it isn't said anywhere what type of gun Quiet uses, and I'm not like, I can't spot specific guns, or like, I'm not gun savvy, but I know what type of gun Sniper Wolf uses. She uses a PSG-1. And when I pulled up images of a PSG-1, it looks a lot like Quiet's gun. They look a lot similar. You don't really get too clear of a view of the gun, but when she's holding it up, like the magazine right in front of the trigger, stuff like that, like little things about it match the PSG-1. So I think that they use the same type of gun, which is going to come into play a little bit later on. But just keep that in mind. They have the same type of gun. That's a connection, but it's, I mean, you can't really do anything with it right now. So I kept looking, I kept trying to figure things out, trying to understand. I was learning more about Sniper Wolf. Now, Sniper Wolf, we don't really know when she was born exactly. We know she died in her 20s, so that leaves us like a 9-year gap of when she could have been born, possibly. She could have been a kid at the time during Metal Gear Solid 5, or she could have not yet been born at all. So, will she come to play in the game? I don't know. But there is another thing I've noticed, and this is going to be a stretch. So this is where theorizing comes in. This will be a stretch. You can choose to do what you will with this information. When looking into Sniper Wolf's past, I learned that she was trained how to basically snipe and everything by the Garukas, which their military implements a certain type of trademark weapon, a Kukuri knife. Now, a Kukuri knife is basically like a knife, and it basically goes out and it bends at a certain point. It doesn't have like a smooth curve or anything. It has this weird bend in it. So in that scene where you see Quiet standing on top of that roof, it kind of like zooms up her body or whatever. You see that she has a knife holster. Now, picking out a Kukuri knife in a holster is really hard to, it's really hard to tell, basically because the holster will hide the bend. It won't look like it has a bend in it when it's in the holster. So you kind of have to look for a light bend in the holster itself, and you can kind of see it, but it's weird. It's uncertain if it is a Kukuri knife. But if it is a Kukuri knife, then she could be a Garuka. And if she's a Garuka, she could be the future trainer of Sniper Wolf. And that would be really cool. Like, that would definitely establish a link between the two. But like I said, this is like this is kind of a stretch theory because we don't know enough about Quiet. We don't even really know that much about Sniper Wolf and all her things. So, but to see that kind of connection, I could definitely see that happening because it would make sense, and it makes story sense, and story sense is always the best sense because it sounds cool and because it would be cool, and that's really what made me think that it is a possibility. Now the entire theory kind of hinges on the fact that Quiet could be a Garuka, but it's kind of a long-winded theory. Like it's kind of hard to really know because the Garukas are based in like Nepal, which is in that kind of like Middle Eastern region, but it isn't where we know that this game takes place because we know that in that scene where you see Quiet, she's in Afghanistan. So why is she in Afghanistan? Like what's going on? Like why is she there? Maybe she's hunting down the people that cut out her tongue. I don't know. But it's like also she doesn't look like she's from Nepal. So because she's white and they're more of a like kind of like Asian-y type skin tone. I don't know. But like I said, there's just too many like questions and unknowns at this point to really make like more of a solid theory. So I'm just kind of like it's kind of very a loose theory. I just thought it would be fun to talk about. I thought it would be like interesting and I'd let you guys know and see what you can do with it. Maybe you know more than I do. I don't know. But yeah, I figured I'd let you guys know. And till next time, see you later.